just metaphysical debates, conversations that I think about quite a bit is how can we actually truly know that anybody else is truly conscious in the same way that we ourselves are conscious? Because if we look at Descartes, he says, I think, therefore I am, but you're the one that's doing the thinking in the first place. There's no way for anybody else to get inside of anybody else's head. Like, it's physically impossible. You can never know what I'm thinking. The only way that I can actually truly ever verbalize any of the thoughts or the ideas that I have is through my physical verbal communication to you. Which, when we think about it in those terms, how do I even know? And this is just a trip and something that I would highly recommend you just kind of maybe think a little bit about. I wasn't wanting to take the highway to this place. Hold on one second, you guys. I apologize for this. I wanted to just take yes, there we go. I don't want to take I have to go get a drug test because the YouTube stuff didn't pay off to pay my bills. But nonetheless, I'll ask you to subscribe. So, in regards to consciousness, is how can we ever truly know that what I am saying right now, you are hearing what I am telling you right now? Like, there's no way, even when I listen to things too, that when I'm listening to somebody else talk, how do I know that I'm hearing the things that they're truly saying and not just my own internal perception of what that person is conveying? An example that I like to give in these regards is if you look up somebody that's been hypnotized, they can see things that aren't truly there. They can be stuck to the ground in ways that they aren't actually stuck to the ground in. And it's a different view on our own understanding of what our mind can conceive to be true. Same thing can be applied to sleight of hand or pickpocketers or other ways that our brain confuses the situation that we are in currently. So when I think about our levels of consciousness, what are the ways that dictate me knowing that my experience, like the only experience that I myself can ever truly know, just as much as you yourself can only ever truly know, is your own experience. And whenever you say things along the lines of like, oh, I'm worried about what this person is going to be thinking about me, it's like when you say that statement, and just think about this just for a brief second. When you say that statement, I'm worried about what this other person is going to think about me, and you're thinking that thought, you're not thinking, like, you have no idea what that other person is going to be thinking about you. Like, quite literally, no idea what that person is thinking. You can't know. The only thing that you can truly know is your own thoughts. You can't know any thoughts that anybody else is thinking. Whenever you think that somebody's thinking this other thought, it's just you thinking that thought. And then if we went down into different concepts around like telepathy, if we went down those different routes of like, well, it means that this person's thinking this said thing, or it means that I'm feeling this thing and maybe I'm tapping into this other person's frequency or vibration, which that's entirely possible as well too. But just in the realm of consciousness, there is no inherent way to know that anybody else is conscious of the world around us other than yourself. Like, you cannot get inside the mind of somebody else. You can't. It's physically impossible. How do you even know that you yourself are conscious? That's the other question that I'd like to propose to you as well. Because, oh, dude, it's just, there's so much that goes on within our own minds. There's so many different thoughts. There's so many different perspectives. Like, what is going on right now? There's just a broken down car. There's another car right there. Like, what is happening? What is going on, dude? What? That's so crazy. But like, to me, my perception of this consciousness is, it's finite, but it's also limitless. Like, there's so many different variations to what consciousness is, but we can never truly know. We can never truly know. And now my watch just went off too, telling me that like I just met my stepping goal, but I'm in a car driving. Like, what is happening right now? Like, and this is my level of consciousness of being able to be aware of what I have the awareness of, because as I've said this before, you can never truly know what exists until you yourself are there to perceive it. Like, think about it. You don't know anything exists until you think that said thought. Once you think that said thought, then it becomes real. But if you never think that said thought, then it doesn't exist. There's many people that probably don't even know who I am and have never watched my videos. So to me, to them, I don't exist in their frame of consciousness. I just don't. Just as much as you didn't exist in my frame of consciousness until you left a comment on one of my videos, or you liked it, or you subscribed. That didn't exist. Because we can never truly know if anybody else is conscious. The only reason we assume others are conscious is because we believe ourselves to be conscious. And if we believe ourselves to be conscious, and if there's somebody that looks like us, then that must mean that that person is conscious as well too. It's just, how many times have you maybe played a video game or walked through an airport and there's like NPCs and there's these other people out there that aren't fully, like, it just seems like they aren't fully there. Are those people conscious, or are they just sleeping through life? Who's to say? You're the one that gets to decide that. But that's my little short video on what consciousness is. Are you actually truly conscious? Is anybody not truly conscious? It's just an idea that popped in, and I want to share that brief little story with you. Yeah, let me know. Yeah.